illegal.
No, I was just guessing.
Okay. Right. No. Okay, it's not illegal. Okay, that was a bit of an anticlimax, isn't it, really? Rachel. Okay, I'd like to give you one, but you have to accept that I'll give you one at the same time.
Eh?
Yeah. Well, I'd like to give you a very special gift, a very precious gift. In fact, a present to remind us of the present.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, it'll just take a moment of your time, probably about 5 minutes. And I'll need you to help me make it, because it'll, yeah, it requires your interaction there. So, yeah, the gift is called a stick to hold your spiral on.
What?
A stick to hold your spiral on. And, yeah, it involves a spiral and a stick to hold your spiral on. And yeah, it's very simple, but it's very easy to forget because it's a stick to hold your spiral on. The first thing we need to do is make the spiral. So the first thing I need you to do is to choose 2 colours that you think will appeal to you. Actually, unfortunately, yeah. Choose 2 furry colours that you think will mix well together that you like.
Pink and
Yeah, okay, so we'll pull them out together. And I have got a few sparkly colours. You're welcome to choose a sparkly colour. There's some gold there. There's a green one there, but there's also some other colours there that you think will also go well with that.
oh.
Final special. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start making the spiral, because it's a stick to hold your spiral on. And a stick to hold your spiral on is a very special gift. In fact, it's, yeah, it was given to me by a little fairy a long time ago when I had a hallucination about something that wasn't there, and I'm making the spiral as we go. And the spiral is like this, it's like a spiral staircase. And it's really important that you see how it's made, because one day you might make one for somebody else. And so if you just keep on doing this, and you keep on twisting the 2 pipe cleaners together, and you end up with this sort of spiral staircase, which is a bit like a DNA coil. But the DNA coil is inside of all conscious human beings and other animals on the planet, so it's a very important sort of symbol. And at the same time, as the spiral staircase goes on, it's also like a symbol in time, because you need to start twisting it around like this. So the spiral is like here, and then you just need to sort of keep twisting it around, so you've kind of got something that starts to resemble a fern leaf, or something that's like a kind of like a wave that's kind of curling around the sort of leaves, the waves, the ocean, the water, the whirlpools, the seashells, which have been around for thousands and millions of years. I mean, that is a really profound symbol there. In fact, if you're sitting there and you go beyond the fern leaves and the seashells and the chameleon's tongue, which changes colour depending on how its environment dictates to it, you know, there's a sort of very flexible shape there, something within the fractal, something profound, and it's almost like it's a signpost that we're here in the universe. In fact, if you think about when you're in the shower and the water's coming down over your head and it's flowing down your body and it's going down the plug hole, there's a sort of spiral going down there as well. And then if you look up in the sky, you walk outside and the sky's outside and there's just complete blackness and the stars are out there, and that's part of the Milky Way. Those are spirals as well. It's almost as if the spirals themselves are a signpost that we're here in the universe, that we're here somehow within a point in time that we're passing through, like almost like an umbilical cord, which is a spiral in itself. So we're passing through this thing, this spirally thing, which is everywhere. It's been here since the beginning of time and the end of time. And the spiral is a very important place to be. It's like if you look at the all the ancient indigenous cultures, the Aborigines used the spiral as a symbol of time, but the same as the Celtics and the American Indians and all of those, the spiral is just such a powerful symbol. It's just profound. So that is part of the trip of the spiral. Now the other thing is, because I said to you that the gift is called a stick to hold your spiral on. So I've got 3 sticks here, 2 of which I've slightly snapped and the other one is just rather long. But you can choose which of the 3 you'd like. Which one would you prefer? Okay, that one. That's the nice one. It's a sweet one in the middle. So what you do is a stick holds a spiral, and it's sort of a joining of the spiral and the stick. But you ask yourself, what is the stick? How does the stick represent things? Because
Is
there's
he
a
on
spiral.
commission?
It's like an e-cig.
You are, you.
So the stick, the spiral connects to the stick, and the stick is the stick that holds your spiral on. So the stick, what does the stick represent? The spiral represents life, your passage through time. And what does the stick represent? Well, the stick represents the thing you hold on to. The thing you hold on to is your perception. It's the way that you see the world. But the way that you see the world is actually the spiral itself, because ultimately the spiral is always passing through us, whether it's through the DNA coil or through the universe and the galaxy, the Milky Way, or the water that's spiraling down the plug hole when you're having a shower. So where that life connects to your perception is a profoundly important place. And that is where this wonderful third part comes to. Yeah, this wonderful, difficult thing to define that is what you've chosen, that really wraps up the conjunction between the perception and the life perception together. And if you join the two together, and you take this wonderful, wonderful bit that you've chosen, that really represents our individuality, because ultimately we're all bound between life and between our perceptions. And you bind the two of them together like this. When three pieces, the orange piece, the spiral, the life, and the perception, when three pieces become two and two pieces become one, then you know you've got your stick to hold your spiral on. And the most important thing you can do with a stick to hold your spiral on is to sum up as much positive energy and loving energy as you possibly can, with this wonderful gift that's present to remind us of the present. And once it brings you good fortune or good luck, or even just a simple positive thought, find somebody you love, or somebody you like, or even somebody you don't like, and make one for them in the same manner, telling them the same story about how the spiral represents life and the stick represents your perception. This wonderful individual part that joins the two of them together is representative of our uniqueness that we manifest in this momentary, brief glimpse of time of our lives, and make one for them and tell them the same story. And maybe they might make one for somebody else, and those people might make one for somebody else, and one day everybody in the world will have a stick to hold this spiral.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Filming.
Thank you, man.